We're not here to take part. We are here to take over. Iconic talk that was made in 2015 by UFC legend in a Conor McGregor. Today on Jamaica Athletics Network, I want to talk about Adijah Hodge sends huge warning to women sprinter with world leading time of 10.63. What does this mean for athletics? Stick around for the details. Hello and welcome to Jamaica Athletics Network, the channel where speed meets greatness. Today I want to discuss a very important topic surrounding female sprinting, specifically in relation to the athlete, the young athlete that is Adaejah Hodge, who sends huge warning to women sprinters, world leading time of 10.63. People, you're seeing on screen the news. Adijah Hodge drops 10.63 bombshell at NCAA championship. This isn't something that we should just look past based on the time that this young lady has clocked. It is very dangerous in the sprinting world. British Virgin Islands, Adaejah Hodge turned the opening rounds of the women's 100 meters into one of the most stunning sprinting moments in NCAA history on Thursday, the 11th of June, this year 2026, blasting to a win legal 10.63 seconds at the NCAA Outdoor Championship at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. The Georgian freshman did not wait for the final to mark her mark, running in Heat 1 with a positive 1.9 minutes per second tailwind. Hodge produced a massive personal best at the fastest collegiate women's 100-meter time ever recorded, sending a jog through Hayward Field and the rest of the championship field. People, we have to understand that that time is highly significant. It's not like it was a case of she was at the Olympics or she is well known as an athlete. She is less than 22 years of age. 20, she's young, she's vibrant, she's energetic, she's powerful, and to run such time in a heat, it is sending a shock, a huge warning to the world of sprinting. People, what a performance. Whenever a female sprinter enters the 10.6 range, the athletics world immediately pays attention. That's because times at this level are associated with the absolute elite of women's sprinting. Adijah Hodge, the reported time of 10.63, has therefore sparked discussion through the track and field community. People, you have to pay keen attention to what I have just said. The time was 10.63 seconds in heat number one. The fact is that whether you're a fan of Jamaica, United States, or elsewhere in the Caribbean, performances like this demand attention. And of course, That is one of the key reasons why I am here as well. Because looking on the world's best time of all times, her time is not there as yet, but it is absolutely a significant time clocked by young Hodge. You're seeing that the number one spot is by, well, so far, Elaine Thompson Hera. I mean, things were adjusted as you're seeing that the page was latest updated. 10.54 in Eugene, 2021. 10.60 Shelley Fraser Price in 2021. 10.61 by Florence Griffith Joya. People, 10.61 again Elaine Thompson Hera. Flojo was in 1988, Hera was in 2021, and to run off the top five would have been Melissa Jefferson Wooden in 2025, where she ran 10.62. People, this youngster is just 20 years of age, and she clocked a world leading time of 10.63. The women 100-meter remains one of the most competitive events in athletics. The difference between winning a major championship and missing the podium can be only a few hundred of seconds away. That's why a performance in the 10.6 rate immediately place an athlete in elite company. Of course, consistency matters, and every great sprinter must prove themselves repeatedly on the biggest stage. But there's no denying that this performance has put Adijah Hodge firmly on the athletics radar. It is a heat, it is not a battlefield with the elite runners because when you're amongst the best, nerves will trip in, experience will speak, the crowd will be there reeling and cheering, and the mind games will be played. So even though she may not be at that level in terms of a professional athlete or develop 100% or close to 100%, the time cannot be thrown aside. And this is a warning to the sprint land in the Caribbean. Even though it's a Caribbean connection, we're talking about athletes like Shelley and Fraser of the past, now existing Tia Clayton, Sharika Jackson, and Elaine Thompson era. Of course, from the American perspective, Shakira Richardson is that top athlete. But when you take a look back to see the 10.63 ran by Adaejah Hodge at 20 years old, if she remains in this form, she may become a potential candidate to win an Olympic gold or a World Championship gold. People, the Caribbean has long been one of the greatest sprinting region in the world. I mean, I talk about the names, and there are legends, of course. Some retired, some still around. I mean, to see someone like this, many persons would have wondered, is she a Jamaican? I mean, for Jamaican fans, this performance is especially interesting because the next generation is already beginning to take shape. I mean, at least like Tia Clayton mentioned, as well as her sister Tina Clayton, um, are expected to be some of those top athletes to lead Jamaica in the next years to come. Now, another exciting Caribbean athlete in a Adijah Hodge appears to be entering the conversation, for which I think she's already in it. Of course, what does this mean though for women sprinting? The biggest takeaway is not fear. The biggest takeaway is competition. We need back the competition in the women and the men sprinting. We need for the vibrance, we need for that cultured feeling of biting fingernails, wanting to see athletes do well. We don't really know who will win. We need that spirit back in the game. And I think this input of Adaejah Hodge is what we need to see in the sprinting world because women's sprinting continues to get deeper, faster, and more excited. Every new athlete or elite performers raise the standards for everyone else to follow. And if Adijah Hodge can contribute producing performances at this level, fans could be witnessing the beginning of a fascinating new chapter in women's sprinting. People, you're seeing on screen that Jamaica Athletics Network have 116 subscribers. I think this video deserves more than 30 likes and also deserves more than, let's say, 10 subscribers. You can put it even to 30 subscribers because this is breaking the ground. This is breaking news in the space of athletics where a 10.63 world leading time was ran on the track. So, what do you think, though, people? Was this simply a great performance, or are we witnessing the rise of one of the next major stars in world athletics? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Remember, the topic is Adaejah Hodge send huge warning to women sprinters, world leading time. Do you know what the world leading time is? It was said in the video. Of course, I hope that you guys were paying much attention and are ready to let me know what you think surrounding this young athlete. So you always take care. Goodbye until we meet again.